Hey, this is a video for 5.16, Aquaculture. So go ahead and check out the overview and set up your guided notes. So aquaculture is the raising of fish in specialized cages in coastal areas around the world. It can be done in either freshwater or in marine environments. They have these cages. This doesn't really do it justice, but there are little tiny cages in here, and it has little pens where the fish will swim around. Now, this is basically a CAFO in the water, so that also has with it some negative connotations. And just because you're raising fish and not, depleting the global fish supply doesn't mean it's always a better choice. So it is raising fish in a small amount of space. They're kind of packing them in there. It's helping to reduce the global fishery collapse. And also it's just basically an efficient way to produce it. Is it the best way? That remains to be seen. There is a huge buildup of waste, nitrogenous waste products to be precise. This can impact the local or the neighboring food webs. There's also, since the fish are packed in there, there's a lot of contaminants. There's a lot of pests that affect these, bacterial and also invertebrate pests that come in and affect the fish populations. So antibiotics need to be applied, and these antibiotics can get out into the surrounding waterways, and it can greatly impact the biodiversity that surrounds it. And finally, if these fish escape, they can impact the native fish populations. So some of them may be able to outcompete. A lot of the fish that are raised in these aquaculture environments are genetically modified, or they have a very reduced, genetic diversity. So if they get out and breed with the native species, they may be reducing the genetic diversity of these species, which is a definite bad thing. So there's many benefits and drawbacks. Like I said, we're trying to produce fish to prevent a global fishery collapse, so that's why we are doing aquaculture. But on the coastal food webs, with the cage construction, you're impacting the food webs. The cage is could be disrupting or fragmenting certain habitats, but also there may be some of the pollutants that are getting out into the coastal food web, which can impact it. You're increasing the fish density because they're basically just packed into this tiny little space. But because the fish are at such a high density, you're making a lot of money because it's efficient, but you're also providing antibiotics to reduce the spread of pathogens. The fish could potentially interact with wild fish if they escape. And again, there's a lot of pollutants because of these waste products. So a lot of these can lead to biodiversity loss as well. So you can make those connections. They can result in water pollution, habitat destruction, any of those. This was kind of short and sweet. What I would like you to do is respond to this check for understanding. And finally, for FRQ practice, I want you to explain how aquaculture can impact an ecosystem's water quality. I hope that this video is informative. I thank you for your attention, and I will see you soon.